Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Tuesday the 27th of July. And yeah, the weekly chart here. So wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C here for wave 4. And from wave 4 here, we're going up to wave 5 here. So from 4 to 5 here, which makes a larger wave 5 up here. So it's going to be a serious correction when we get to this point up here. So, we've got wave 1 and 2, and we're working in wave 3 here at the moment. And we'll go to wave 4 and wave 5. So from wave 2 to wave 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I believe wave 4 is finished, so we can put that in there. And we're looking for wave 5 to move up a little higher here. This is roughly the length of wave 1 here as a yardstick. So it would be nice to see wave 3 at least be the same size, or if not longer. But this is our conservative count, because most markets, when they do top, there's this wave 3 that we're looking at with indices. So we'll spend a bit of time in wave 4 that can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here for that, or 38.2%. But because wave 2 was simple as an ABC, then wave 4 could end up being more complicated, flat or a triangle or something of that nature. So yeah, that's that. So on the daily chart, we can pick it up from that wave 4, you know where you are now, and that wave C can go in there, wave 4 here, and we're looking for 5 waves to move up here to 1650, which is a medium level, so it carries a fair bit of weight, and we'll see that. 16 is important and 17 is important. There will be tops and turns and things, but this will be the balance line here. If we're going to be going further up, we want that as support. So our job today is really just to look at wave 1 and wave 2 here. We want to be in wave 2 to trade wave 3 up here. That should be the structure that we're looking for in there. So into the intraday, we'll pick it up. We'll use that wave 4 here as our sort of reference point. I have lifted this up 1 degree of structure as well. So yesterday when we were talking, I had green wave 1 up here. So I've lifted it up 1 degree of structure as it should be. And yeah, we're not at this wave 5 here yet, which is sort of lagging behind the US in a way. So from wave 4 here, we're looking up for wave 1 and 2, and then for wave 3, 4 and 5 to finish off up here somewhere for this. So we could actually just put in the wave 4 here and wave 5 here. And that's, we're expecting that wave 2 top, that wave 3 top there. So that gives you a bit of an idea. So we need to understand this here, and as far as I can see so far is from the low, which should just be a little bit more accurate there, Pete. And we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here to make wave 1, then an ABC for wave 2 here. So we're in this 3 to 4 business here. So let's just go to the 1 hour chart just to tune into that a little more. So yeah, we'll see this on the intraday, on the tick chart, but 1 and 2 and 3 here, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave back to 15,500, which would be roughly the 38.2% retracement level, or the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, because we've got 5 little waves in here. So that would be that. We can see we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, so looking good. I'll check that on the tick chart, yeah. But I'm thinking that we've got one more little move down here before we see a little move up here, and then we've got our ABC pattern. So Wednesday, Thursday will be our swing days within this market. And that's sort of where we are. In terms of the levels, from 15,000 to 16,000 here, we've got 100, 200 and 300 that make up group 1. So that's good, and markets normally move quite quickly between 3 and 5 and 5 and 8, or when I call 8, I call group 2 in both directions. And yeah, so Fibonacci numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. When we talk about 8, we talk about group 2, which is 15,650, and here I'll call it 65 number, and a 72 number here, which is 15,720. So the important thing here is that we're not in group 2. We've been rejected from group 2, and we'll may end up down here, but then we'll end up here. So the reason I'm talking about these levels here for is because it's going to come into play when we get wave 2 to come in here. I've probably made that a little bit large, and probably even well, let's just put this in here, shall we, as a starting point. Let's assume the market comes to 15,800. That would leave the 50-60% retracement level down here, and it may or may not reach that. It may hit it perfectly and take off. We don't know that yet. We need to see the length of wave A here at least to get some idea of what wave C, because there should be some sort of correlation between these two in that regard. So we'll see, but obviously 15,500 would be a nice support. So I think that, and also too, if this comes down to 15,500 here, then it will create a much larger support base for this, so we'll get that bounce off that point. But we'll check on that when we get to it on the tick chart with this. This is how I've counted it. The only little thing is that we could end up having an extra wave 1 and 2 in here, but besides that, 1 and 2 here, 1. It counts pretty nice. It counts quite nicely here for this. So 1 and 2 here, and then up to 3 here. So we're looking for from about 3, from 2 to 3. We're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 and 5 here. It looks a bit impulsive, this move down here, like in 5 waves. So maybe a correction, then another move here. The 38.2% retracement level from this low to this high here comes down to just below the 15.5 to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So yeah, that's where that could play out to, but the 500 should come in quite nicely there. So thinking something like this, and then up here, because the extension's in wave 3, that would leave the distance of wave 1 and wave 5 roughly the same in that regard. So yeah, somewhere up into this space here for that. And it'll be interesting to see how wave 2 comes back, you know, in its in its ABC correction here. It may just come back to the 15.5 and then move off from that point, but we would be looking for some. We'll see how we go. We've got to get the rest of this first before we start getting into all of this, but we should be looking at something like that. So yeah, anyway, so that's the basic pattern that we're looking for. Let's have a look at the EU. So this is the Stock 50, the EU 50, whatever you want to call it, and we've got the same count here as yesterday, really. So no change, but the only change is that there's this green one here will probably be in blue. So I'll make an effort now just to put that in blue. But yeah, overall, no biggie. Looks like this wave 4's done and dusted here, actually. Let me just check on that. Looks like we've already got an ABC in here for this. You could do it both ways. This would be the best way. Or would it? Doesn't really make much difference, actually. Sorry, I put that in the wrong spot. Because here I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from here, this is all the this is all of this structure, and that's that one. So that's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. I could look at all of that as the A wave to here, the B wave and the C wave, which is probably a little bit better actually. But anyway, point being is that, yeah, we may not come back down here. This is looking impulsive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could go straight up from here. Okay, so look, it's not that not a biggie, because at the end of the day, even if I got the DAX wrong, it's this leg here we want. You know, this one, this ABC coming back into this space. That's the one we want. So even if we get this wave 4 to come back here further, it does nothing matters. Well, we know that, but if this goes up to there, then it does that. If it drops down here first as wave 4 and then goes up there, it still doesn't matter, because it's this over here that we want. We want this bigger swing in the market here. And we'll know when we get it, because we'll see it, you know, but that's what we're waiting for to trade long. If you trade long up here for a trend trade, if you think that looking at this here, if you think that this is what you're going to get coming in here, then well, you could, but on average you'll learn that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end of a trend, and you need to know where you are, not only in this trend but in the other fractals as well. So there we go. Like I say, even if I've got this wrong here, it doesn't really matter. We still need this. This is where we start buying at this point. Let's just check on the FTSE as well. This is the FTSE 100 ticks. It's the same here as well. So yesterday we were looking, let's just get this on the page. See, in this case, this is the low down here and not this one. So so I think that I'm okay with this as 1 and 2 here. But we're still up here, so we've got 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here to make wave 1 here. So we haven't been interested in any of this. We want to see that little push up, and then this is where we want to be over this side. So we're going to continue to snake across this. Once again, is that we're looking for an A wave and a B wave and a C wave to come down here, and we're not there yet with that. And I don't know if that's going to be the A and the B and the C wave down here. It looks like it on the DAX. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, because even if this goes, if this gives us 5 waves up here for that, we're just going to come back here anyway. Or we come down here first and then we go up to that point. Do you know what I mean? So let's just have a little look at this one, shall we? This is 100 ticks. Let's just tune in here for a second. It looks like 5 waves, doesn't it? Because if I just count this for a second, let's just use these, shall we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then this one here would make 1, 2, this would be 5 waves down, would be 3, 4, and 5. Get rid of that. That goes there. So that's 5 waves down at that point. But this is not looking, that's also looking Oh no, yeah, no, I need to, yeah. So that's 5, so this should be B here, and this is down for 1. So this one over here, we can look at 1, 2, 3, 4. We won't be coming very low here with this, to be, because it came so high here, it's not going to go really low here. If it only came up to the 50%, then it'll drop down further, or the 61% will drop down a little bit less. But so I think this is the case. So we're just looking at an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave 4. I've used the incorrect labeling here, but I've, counting to 5 and ABC, that's all we really need to do. But so I think that's what where we're at with this. If this top goes out here for whatever reason, I made a mistake at that point. But otherwise, I mean, if I had the time, I would count this up here. I can see that it needs a little bit of extra thought. But based on this here, this is pretty clear to me that's 5 waves there. So this should be corrective, and we should see this down here. It won't, like I said, it won't come down a lot because it came so high. So down here somewhere. So if you wanted to trade wave 5 up and you're sort of just scalping, well, then you can do that. What would be a way to do that? You could, I mean, if you could count the waves down, if you could count 3, wave 4 will be across this 7,000, and wave 5 will push on down, and then it will climb here, and then it will move up from that point. So catching it here will be the go for that, or taking it above wave 4. You could buy it at wave 5 here if you wanted to, and then place them over here as well. But if I was trading this, then I'll wait for the 7,000, and then I'll be building in here. As it moves up here, we've got 10, 20, and 30, all of group 1 here. So you probably want to get 4 trades in at this point here. And then at the midpoint here, you can either take some profit at the 50, the midpoint, and then you want to start scaling out at 80, at 72 and 80. And we may get to this length up there. Alrighty, enough time on all of that. Yeah, anyway, the bigger picture here, of course, for all of these indices is this one here. This is the one that we're looking for to trade long on. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.